All right, today I'm going to talk about single-purpose money versus all-purpose money. Okay, I guess there's something that's always kind of bugged me about our kind of the financial water that we live in, and it's we're sold types of account designations that are very limited in their fungibility, very limited for what they can be used for. So, for example, if you think about, say, the educational IRAs or the 529 plans, where there's definitely tax advantages and advantages to save in those accounts for a child's education, absolutely. But the problem is that money is really single purpose. It can be used for that purpose, for the child's education, and no other purpose, right? And then if you think about, say, the typical vehicles for retirement savings, 401k plan, an IRA, right? Well, obviously they are, you put the money into them with a lot of tax advantages. The 401k plan, often there's a company match to your contribution. And so there's significant advantages to do this, and you defer taxation on the assets as they grow over time, and that's great. But the problem is you can't really get at that money except at significant penalties, right? And you can't get at that money without penalties until you're 59 and a half. So the problem is, what if you have some liability, or let's say you even want to retire before age 59 and a half? Well, you can't really fund it from these accounts except at a significant cost, right? So these types of account designations, as they may have advantages, and we've talked about the advantages, but they also have disadvantages because they are single-purpose money. And what I encourage anybody who watches this channel, everybody should be saving into an all-purpose money account, basically a taxable brokerage account, where you can have the compounding advantages of owning index funds or low-fee exchange-traded funds or owning stocks. You can have the passive income from interest income or dividends from your investments. And this money can also grow, although it's taxable, doesn't have the tax advantages of these other account designations. However, this money is all-purpose money, right? It can be used for everything. And I'll walk through a couple of thought experiments. So for example, let's say you are very, very aggressive saving for your child's education, and you've oversaved. Let's say you have the high-class problem of putting way more money than you need in this account, or the account has investment results way higher than you expected. Well, you're limited to what you can use this money for, and that's a problem, right? That money, that excess money, is not fungible. So you want to actually oversave into your main multi-purpose taxable brokerage account, because that money can be used to subsidize or fund any of these other purposes at a time of your choosing, and they're not subject to the constraints that these single-purpose accounts are subject to. So what I encourage, obviously it's implicit that you should save aggressively, right? And it's implicit that you should save in these account designations to the point that you think it's worth doing. But I also strongly want to encourage you to make sure you save aggressively into a taxable brokerage account that can be used for multiple purposes that also will compound over time, okay? And then I guess two final points I want to make. One is, a lot is made about, okay, this account's taxable and so therefore it's inferior somehow. Remember, that's actually oversimplified, because there are a lot of ways to manage or even eliminate the tax liability from a taxable account. You can match your taxable, the capital gains you've had. If you hold a stock for more than a year, the tax rate is only 20%, so it's not that high a rate in the first place. And then you can also match against that stocks that have gone down, and you can book losses to offset those gains. So this is a way to kind of manage your capital gains each year. Likewise, dividends, the tax rate on dividends it's not that high, it's 15 to 20%. So tax rates there are not that high. So really, I think much too much is made of the tax costs of running a taxable account, and not enough is made out of how low the taxes probably will be if you keep your turnover low, you hold assets for more than a year, or maybe you focus on, say, a low-fee index fund or a low-fee ETF that has low turnover. You're not really going to generate that much taxable activity in that account, and yet those assets are available to solve multiple problems, okay? And then the final point is really kind of a know thyself type of thing. If you're the type of person who can't hang on to money, you're the type of person where money just burns a hole right through your pocket, then you need to put money into an account that has gates. that prevents you from getting at that money, right? So it's kind of also, it goes to your personal discipline and your personal nature, and you have to know yourself that if you need to prevent yourself from spending this money, okay, having it gated behind a specific single purpose account where there's penalties or whatever, that might be something you need to do just to protect yourself from yourself, right? But I think, most people watching this channel, pretty disciplined, pretty aggressive at savings. So I want to make sure that I drive home the value of multi-purpose or all-purpose investment capital, and that's what the taxable account is for. Okay? That's it for today. Thanks for watching.